gotta say? This is a not fucking around crew. That's what that says.
Here we are. We're back with Hot Topic with Copville and Jordan Ennis. As I made on I didn't tell you this. The thumbnail for the night is called The Farewell Tour. And Jordan, I appreciate all the time. I guess this will be our second to last show together. We'll have next Wednesday, and then off we go into the sunset. Obviously, forever friends, like besties. But
besties.
I can, like I said, I know it's a tasking thing every day, every Wednesday, 7:00. Like I'm driving and I'm like, I think last week or the week before, I think I completely forgot. I'm like, holy shit, I got a show. It was like 6:30. So
yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate everything you've done. And
sure.
Obviously your insight is amazing to everybody, and friendship's awesome. Steve's already in the comments. Let's get to the comments. Here we go. Dylan says, good evening. What up, gang? Yo. Best part of the week. What is the topic today? Is it going to be a self-proclaimed hero crybaby session? No, Steve, it is a crybaby session because Jordan's leaving us after next week. You got to plan your cake. You got to get your Rio Grande stuff together. And for those just tuning in, like I said, this is the farewell tour together. So what was I going to get? I got some topics. We had the funeral for the serious stuff. Funeral was yesterday. I attended. I hate funerals. I hate the second police funeral and third first responder funeral. My other previous one was deceased officer on his way home that got killed by DUI, Ian Allard, back in like 99 or 2000. Then it was David Dangerfield, a local fireman, was deceased, and this one. And I'm sure you've been to one. They're not fun.
No, they suck, man. I've been to 4. They suck, man. They're terrible. Yeah.
Is Jordan starting his own show?
No.
No, I don't think.
No.
Jordan,
No.
For those who don't know,
no,
I had to dig Jordan up out of the dirt. He does not. He's not a social media guy. He's not on social media. I didn't even expect to get this far. When I first reached out, I didn't even expect to get him on the podcast. He agreed to come on, and then I reached out about this. But he has a burner account. He's not well known on Instagram or anywhere, and he stays off that stuff. So he may start his own show. Maybe, I don't know.
No. I'm sliding back off into obscurity, man. Yep.
Yeah. Is Jordan supporting the transgender representative? I did see. I sent you that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. I mean, like, just I don't care. I mean, like, you could do. I don't know. If there's I don't know how much traction. That amount of traction. He, she, whatever. That she, they, whatever their pronouns are. I mean, like, whatever. If everyone can take a shot at it. That's fine. I don't think they're gonna get much traction, but
It's funny you could say there, and it just covers it all, right?
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get much traction. I really don't.
You're not being on those just but everyone in Georgia. Well, everybody on YouTube knows him. Nobody will know his handle on Instagram. I don't give it out, and that's his business. But don't do that shit. I would never do that. No, I would never do that. I had to verify, but I didn't believe it was you when you first messaged me. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. But no, he's well known on YouTube. State Boys made him famous with all the videos. Well, he made himself famous by doing all those amazing things online and or at work. But the transgender thing, that's a tough one because you got to be you still work. You have to be politically.
And it's weird. No, but it's weird. I can be honest. It's fine. I mean, obviously, we can't openly support or go. But like, I can talk about my biggest thing with them. That's the safest play with them is I know nothing about what they're trying to do or what their politics are. They came as a democratic socialist or whatever, but I haven't unpacked anything what they're trying to accomplish or what there is they're going to do. But I don't know, a lot of that stuff. I'll be honest. I enjoy ignorance of politics a lot of times. I don't really get too down in the weeds about a lot of it. Like if it has absolutely nothing to do with me whatsoever, I got way more shit going on that really matters. I just don't really,
I was never able to get in touch with Jacob Bird. I know he's another YouTube guy. He still works. I reached out to ASP's direct Instagram multiple times. They gave me that generic answer. Most agencies don't let guys come on, or they suggest they don't, and I get it. And you know, first thing I asked Jordan, did they shut you down because of me? Because I know some places out there. Like, had Jimmy, the co-host of one of the co-hosts of Anti-Hero, said that he went to a school the other day over in the county he lives in, and the school resource officer was like, "Hey, you work with Copville?" He's like, "Man, give me some stuff." He's like, "We're not allowed to talk about it. We're not allowed to share his memes. We're not allowed to put them in the group chat." But
I was. It's funny how far this show, the podcast show, whatever goes, because I was out doing something. We had a hit and run car that traveled up out of our city, and they ended up finding it for us. And I went out, and one guy was like, "Hey, man, I saw you on the podcast like the other night." So it's
crazy, right? I think the moment it hit me was did that miserable trip to Philly. I slept in the studio, got up, flew to Philly, got back at like 2 a.m., slept in the airport, and then Ubered to the studio. And I'm exhausted. I'm walking out the door at Orlando to get in the Uber, and some dude's like, "Hey, man." I turn around. He's like, "Hey, bro, I was in third Ranger Regiment. I see you on the show all the time. Anti-Hero, man. It's awesome." And I was like, that's weird. Like that was weird. And you know, that's my moment. That's me. I'm cool. But you know, we go to police conferences and go like we went to Ohio Tactical Officer Association. We went to up in Princess George County. We went to the hell was that? One of those big ones. I don't remember what it was. But you know, they know me. Guys are like, "Oh, yeah," but to be in the airport, walking through the airport, and some dude's like, and Tyler gets it obviously all the time, being on there years, and Brent for sure. But it was a little weird. I'm sure it is for you. Like
it was. So for me, like it's thankfully, luckily that it slowed down in like the everyday stuff. Like for around when all that bullshit first happened, I'd be out and people would like it felt like every fucking person saw that video. And like I'd be out and people would know who I was, right? And like so I'd be out at wherever and people would know who I was. Luckily that shit slowed down. Like I haven't had somebody bring that up in a really long time. Like if we're out somewhere and someone brings up, everyone remembers it, but no one like recognizes me. But in like the law enforcement space, like if I go down to wherever, like every fucking body fucking knows that shit. It's
I remember watching it the first time, and my wife's not easily impressed, and she was like, "Dude, this guy's wild. Like, this is it." And I was like, "Dude, you can't get any better than." I mean, it was great. Yeah. The box truck video from State Boys, the box truck is like another.
Yeah, that was. I'll be honest, man. I've done a lot of fucking cool shit, and even for me, when I did that, I was like, that was fucking sick. Like that was cool.
You said that was full of stolen equipment.
Lawnmowers,
lawnmowers. The destroyed lawnmowers, no longer.
I mean, they were when I was done with it, they were fucking fucked up. Yeah,
the victim was like, "Bro, I almost had it."
Yeah, that was always the fucking funny meme. Like they're like, the good news is, hey man, we got your truck back. The bad news is GSP got your truck back. All my shit's always
done.
Yeah.
I'd like to shout out the hoodie I'm wearing. Commit to improving. Remain curious. Constantly get better. Counterculture member Kenny Williams, Red Ninja. So go make sure you go follow him at Red Ninja. He's got merch. He also teaches his class, the Trap Fine. That's his he's big interdiction guy, great dude, part of Counterculture. So repping the brand tonight. Make sure you check him out. My headphones are too far forward. All right, let's see. Jordan, I saw your department recruiting video. Looks like a great place to work. I see why you left the state.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, sir. And we are hiring. We are hiring right now. We had
another one.
Yeah, we had one guy retire, and then we had two gentlemen who didn't fit the standard, and they got the bye. So we are hiring. We actually just hired one guy from LAPD. We hired one guy from NYPD, but we still have 2 openings, I think.
Wow, get your apps in.
Yeah.
Lawyers and astronauts outside the Kona store. Always. Hey there, y'all. What's up, buddy? Do y'all send people to Mandy?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So we have one of our guys. So one of the guys going through now. We have a he was one of our GCIC. I don't know, NCIC, whatever they run our stuff for us, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So he was I don't know what it is in Florida, but NCIC generally.
Yeah.
We call it GCIC, but
so he some shit like that.
Yeah. So he would go through and he started with us as like an operator for us doing warrant confirmations and like that, and then he applied and got hired. So we're gonna send him through mandate. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was talking to you that Ramos, that chick from DeKalb County.
Mm-hmm.
She is the finalist top 3 for the Fort Pierce job down here.
All right. Okay.
Oh, and to go along with that, what she brings to the table here are 2 of her detectives for DeKalb County doing their best police work.
Guys, welcome back to another OOTD Detective Edition. Today we're gonna let Detective Roger.
What the fuck is OOTD?
With our outfit for today.
Outfit on of the day. Outfit of the day.
Shit.
I really like these pants. I like the way that they're.
This is these are the two. The black female blocked me. The other one, I don't know who she is. I went back and forth with her, but that's DeKalb County. That's what they do. That's their video. That's their detectives. Every day they do a video every single day about the outfit of the day. Every day. They got enough time on their hands every single day to record, and she was named in the top 3 finalists. You know, they had it's always like you talk about, you guys are lucky to have a great chief. They had an internal guy that probably was good for the job. I don't know him personally, but I believe he was. Most of the guys didn't support him, but he was always blocked by a chief. They hired another DI female chief before him, complete trash, short, huge, no standards. So he was up for it. And then a good buddy of mine, Milo Thornton, who was ran for sheriff here, part of my reason I'm not employed anymore, that I supported him. But 2 good guys, local guys, grew up here. One completely went through the agency his entire life. The other one from Fort Pierce, local. And they eliminated all the local guys. And they went like New York, New Jersey, and to Cobb County, Georgia. 3 places I wouldn't want to pick from based on what I see on TV. But the city council, and you know, they keep putting these. It's friends of friends. As a lot of I talked about in today's episode on Copville earlier was, my episode was the accountability elevator only goes down, and they do whatever they want going down. There's no going back up. And these guys, I talked about Sean Reyes, the Long Island auditor. He's local in Melbourne now because he has a relative that lives close by, and he has uncovered the Melbourne, Florida mayor funnels money. The city gets massive donations. He donates the money to Habitat for Humanity. He's got Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity. Say that 5 times. Paying 10,000, like multiple occasions to his roofing company.
Fuck.
So he's basically getting the donations, funneling through a nonprofit, and then getting paid by the nonprofit. It's so bad now that guy won't show up when Reyes is there. The mayor actually gets up and leaves the meetings but nobody will do anything. He's up there going, dude, if this was a citizen, they'd all be in jail.
Oh my God, he'd be burned at the stake. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
FHP tried to pit a box truck. It failed, but they weren't on the highway. Maybe Jordan can teach them how to do it right.
You got to go fast. You got to be going. You got to be hauling ass, man. You really got to
moving.
Yeah.
Hellcat is a ghetto F-22. It sure is. Just like a gunship, but an F-22. No wonder DeKalb County can't get their crime under control. They're too busy making TikTok. Oh, it's bad. You know, and we talked about this on one of the episodes. I went round and round with the black chick in that video, and it was right after their officer got killed in that active shooter. Yeah. And I said, like, this is what you guys do. Like, you're not memorializing him. You're showing bad everything. And I'll be honest, I went to my soapbox, my wife's soapbox. I went to the funeral yesterday, and there was 500, 600, 800 cops with no vest on. I get it's a funeral, but anything can happen to and from that funeral. Anything can happen at the funeral. Anything can happen any given day, and they don't wear their vests. And they're at a funeral for a female cop who was unfortunately shot.
It's the easiest. It takes as much time to put your vest on as it does to put your gun on. So like, it ain't like it ain't fucking hard, dude. Just throw your shit on, man. Throw your shit on.
You need a Sean Reyes in Lee County. Well, he may be coming. I've been talking to Sean a lot. Obviously he's got his own gig. He's got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He's obviously doing very well. But that was what I was kind of trying to talk to him about, was versus the layman cops that are definitely morons, don't know the Constitution that he's dealing with, and the councils. I'd like to see him go after administrations, which is my idea. This admin auditor. But I found out yesterday my glasses, when I turn the recorder on, there's a light. I got to get that light blacked out because it shows that it's recording. Beta trap with money and you'll catch a politician every time. I agree. That's where me and Steve and you and all agree on that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No matter off duty or not, cops had a target on them 24/7. Wear the damn vests. 100. Honest question. The longer you serve and the higher you go through the administration, the more protected you are. Or does the police eat their own? No.
Cops eat their own.
They do. But the higher you go and well, here's the thing. You're right. They eat their own. But the higher you go, one, yes, you're protected, but it comes with a price, because the more you're protected, the more you know that is fucked up. and the more you have to keep silent about. I was only a sergeant, but I was very good friend, obviously best friends with the sheriff, and I knew everything that was going on. Now, when I say that, I didn't know anything illegal was going on, but I knew the stuff that they were doing, and I talked about in today's episode, if you want to go back and watch, about corruption. I was asked, that's the first time I ever talked about it publicly. I was asked, here, I'll play a clip from it. I was asked to do something, and I'll plug my own show. Can I do that, Jordan?
Sure you can, of course.
Plug my own show. I haven't released this reel yet, but this is a snippet from today's show. As soon as it uploads and I get it moved. But yes, to answer your question, you are protected the higher you go, but your level of loyalty is higher. You have to do more dumb stuff.
So the higher you go, you're insulated within the department. But if you have somebody who just calls a watchdog on you, and the problem with a lot of these assholes is like they get so comfortable that they are protected. They just have this trail of dumb shit they do that's easy to find. I mean, all open records press. They can hide a lot of it, but you can find enough to make it smell bad. Then you go through and you were saying, look at all them those dickheads, whatever, sheriff's office. They were all cheating at the FBI and and everything like that. So you can't hide any of that shit. But they did all that stuff because they've been safe for years. So all you gotta do is have one person be like, hey, I don't give a shit. Check this out, and then all you need is someone who's not involved, that has they have no power against whoever calls it on them, and then it all comes out, and they just
that would be Mike Tilks. That would be me right now, because I know, and I have intel, and I'm able to get it, and I'm able to. And next, just for anybody wondering, if you never watch my podcast, Copville, Locked Up with Copville, Wednesdays at noon. Next week's is going to be the bomb. I have a bomb to drop. You're not going to want to miss that one. But here is.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I can
do your plug your show, dog.
As soon as it loads. So here's some of the stuff that I was, when you talk about getting up higher. This is a snippet about an election. One, Milo Thornton was the deputy chief of the sheriff's office. Eric Flowers is the sheriff. I'll let you guys listen to it. To help find dirt to fire Milo Thornton by the sheriff of Indiana County. Fact, told to me, and I can verify that because I actually called somebody I know, and after I had the conversation, said, "Hey man, this dude just told me this." Like, I didn't call Milo. And the reason I didn't is because I didn't believe Milo was in trouble. I knew Milo didn't do anything wrong. I knew he was a good dude, but I will take blame, because I do take blame and feel and guilt that I was scared. I was in with some really nasty people, the current administration of the sheriff's office. I was scared. And I made a cowardly move on my own part to not speak. I did tell Milo eventually, he knows, but I was scared at the time, and that's a shortcoming on my part. Milo's never held that against me. But it was very difficult for me to know that was going on behind closed doors. So, you watch the episode. They ran a 3-month internal affairs complete hit piece on Milo Thornton. It came back unfounded on everything. They demoted him anyway from deputy chief to captain, and then the call started. And I got that call and said, "Find anything you can on this guy. I need to fire him." And unfortunately for the sheriff, even though I was one of his best friends, I grew up with Milo, and I'm a loyal guy. He slept on my couch, and when he was graduating high school, we worked together at the police department. He's like basically a godfather of my children, like very close. And I'm like, this dude lost his mind. And Milo, I feel bad for him. He thought I was on their team, and we never talked about it at the time. And he's like, man, I thought I saw you follow me one day. I'm like, no, dude, I never fucking followed you, dude. Yeah. Not that they didn't follow him. I'm sure they did. But I wouldn't, and I didn't. And, they never expected this to come out. And when I say, like, I know things, this is the stuff I know. And this is how I know they're crooked, and how I know they will go to any ends of the earth to ruin you. And
if there's any situation you're in, luckily for me, I'll be honest, there's no love lost between me and GSPs. Like, and I never experienced with them, like, trying to get rid of anybody or fucking anybody over other than me doing their bullshit with me. But like, if you were they didn't like you, it was document. That was what you started when you started hearing document, they were headhunting you. and they'll get you going, man. They will. You can make something out of fucking anything. And I'll be honest, a lot of the times I agreed with the people they were trying to get rid of because they were pieces of shit in uniform, and that's fine. But that's not hard to move that from honestly trying to cut out fucking dead weight to just turn it into like, well, we don't like this fucking guy, so we're gonna just get rid of this dude. It's kind of the same thing. So you can come under the guise of policy violations or this or that. Well, you stack it no matter how big a because the shit that GSP did to me was all horse shit. It was a pile of fucking horse shit, but it still worked. It still fucking worked. So I'm saying there's no difference between doing it to me because it didn't like me or doing it to some guy who's a piece of shit. So you can kind of hide it as like, well, he's just one of the many that we just started to document.
Yeah, one of the comments I got on a YouTube video, and that you'll know this, you've heard this before, was comments. The comment was, I was told as soon as I sat down in my IA, quote, I don't know who you pissed off, but I don't even know what to talk about, because that's law enforcement administration.
Who'd you make mad, man? Who'd you piss off?
Why are you? And again, I went into my wife's IA and how my wife got targeted, and I have pulled every inch of discipline from the time this administration took over to now to show the disparity in how she was treated versus everybody else for dudes who committed crimes. I have guys in IAs that have committed theft. I have guys in IAs that have committed battery, criminal activity, who have gotten less discipline than her saying something slick out of the mouth. But my point to that is it's not about the violation. It's about who you are. And that's the whole law enforcement. And I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of knowing that this stuff goes on. I think we all are. We kind of like, well, it ain't me. So I can tell you back when the sheriff first took over, there's a guy that worked at the sheriff's office they wanted gone in the previous administration. Just this dude was a piece of garbage, and he had to go. It's like you said, they had to go.
Gotta go, dog.
What they did though was they held the complaint a little long until the new sheriff took over, and then they filed it. And he was guilty of like lying. He was a bad person. But when I look back, I go, well, I kind of was involved in not what he should have been fired. He was absolutely a bad person. But I remember going, okay, I've seen how they can cook this up, and not the charges, but they can wait, they can move it.
They can just hold a bunch of shit. So they drop it all at once. And they're like, oh my God, we have 10 violations. Yeah, with 10 violations, 9 of them are just bullshit that you just chose to be a thing. In your past practice, this is not a thing. Like you can look at your agency and you're like, oh, the violation of this. No one ever gets violent. That's not a thing. You don't fucking do that.
They charge me with code of ethics, where the definition is I was basically a domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
You cannot like my arrest. You cannot like the way I talked that day. You cannot like a lot of things about it. There's probable cause. It ain't pretty. Wasn't my best work. But they went as far as to charge me with. They had guys that have sexually harassed and groped women who they didn't charge with an ethics violation, that they were a dangerous person. They've had people get caught with drugs and guns illegally in their car. They were never charged with ethics violation. I took a guy to the ground very, very peacefully. Never hurt him because he's run his fucking mouth, and his son's a crackhead, meth head. Let me get it right, meth head. And I got charged with code of ethics. Our freaking sheriff stalked his ex-wife, or didn't get charged. Like, so the fact that they can just concoct, if you look at, and it's hard to get that out when you don't have a platform where you're just telling your buddies at the station, like you, I'm sure you're going to guys and like, they're fucking me. And they're like, yeah, man, they believe you, but it's not them. They don't feel it. They don't see it. When you feel it and see it, and it happens to you, and you're able to go, here it is. And they never thought I'd be able to sit here and go, here it is.
Yeah. If you have, all you need is the assholes in charge to all be in agreement, right? It doesn't have to fucking work or make sense. So like when I went through, the fucking dickhead who the little do boy they had write me up, he ordered me to charge someone with a crime they did not commit. He ordered me to charge someone with a crime they did not commit, which is not only a policy violation, it's fucking illegal. Yeah, and when I went through my thing, I explained in there's no possible way that they have any irrefutable proof that his charge was validated. But all these assholes with these fucking Eagles and Oakleys on their shoulders are sitting there like, this is a decision we're making. Well, the guy they had write me up, who fucking broke the law and broke policy, wrote me up for a policy. they're like, oh, well, his policy violation, we're not going to pay attention to that policy violation because we're all in agreement. We're all in agreement that Jordan, this has to happen. This has to happen to Jordan. So we're going to, and legal, the head of legal was sitting in there. And even she was like, I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing this. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be true. They just have to agree on what the fucking outcome's going to be.
And then there's nobody to go to. There's nobody to go to. You can have it all on paper that they did everything illegally.
Yes.
They're going to tell you, turn it into the state, they go, it's like I said in my episode today, go complain on the company to the company. Go tell the IRS you want to complain on the IRS. Go tell Georgia Bureau they want to complain on. They're going to be like, yeah, okay. Go tell the DA you want to complain on. They're going to be like, yeah, we're on it, man. We got you. Let me get to the comments and we'll keep talking. Thanks for answering my question. You're absolutely welcome. Thanks for being here. But they don't eat them. We all should. Yeah, they eat their own cops, as we're talking about. Jerry Worms is here. Most sheriff's office only protect LT and below for union contracts. Collect. Captain above can be fired. Yes, that's true. But we have a policy now. You can't just, captain above, you can't just get rid of them. Can't wait for next week. Give us a teaser. I gave it to you. He's got to go to, yes, you can file EOC, go to DOJ. That is an option. But one more question. Is there an IA or internal affairs? If you know someone isn't on the up and up, do you close ranks and protect them? Well, that's what we're talking. I think we kind of answered that, how that goes down. Do they use the opportunity to do the right thing and clean up the department? Honest question. I've never seen them do the right thing because it's usually the shitbags that can't get in trouble. It's like they don't. If you're going to go,
that's one of the biggest things. People always like when I'm down here because I'm from North and like we have these crazy fucking unions and all this stuff. People are like, oh, that's awesome. It's not awesome because what the union does, it protects pieces of shit that you fucking work with. You can get caught with a kilo of coke and a dead hooker in your trunk and they'll get you your job back. Good cops don't need the union protection. The unions that help you negotiate your contract and things like that. Every once in a while, someone will do something so fucking stupid. But a good cop that does your job the way you're fucking supposed to doesn't need the union representation to save your job from you being a fucking idiot. And most of the time, I would see the union come in. They're saving these jackasses you don't want to work with in the first fucking place, man.
Yep. That's the problem with the strong union. Is it's like the cop world. The good cops go do their job and get paid $80K. The shit cops go do nothing and get paid $80K. It pays everybody the same, and the union protects. But the good cops usually, when they get in trouble, it's overblown because somebody's coming after them because they work at a high level, they do high level things, and they usually don't make mistakes. If they do make a mistake, it's not something that's usually malicious. It's just a mistake. But you have shit cops that do dumb shit like stalk women and run women in DLs and have dead hookers and kilos in their trunk, and they protect them just as the same as the guy who, maybe pits a car and goes beyond the pursuit policy slightly to get a bad guy, but he gets treated just, worse than the guy who gets caught doing all this other crap. So it's all politics, man. And then you got to throw that in. Somebody, you're golden, man. You can't get in trouble. I will help you have tons of intel. I believe you're a cop. Thank you for sharing because we don't get it. How can the good guys be so bad? Yeah, I can see where the society gets that. Sounds familiar. Okay, never mind. You just answered my question. Izzo was right. I need Izzo's opinion. You're going to get it soon. It's always the people, but the bully everyone that get promoted. Yep. Hey there all. If you're having a good time, please check the like button. Yep. Thank you for that.
No, the fucking back up to that. They don't have the guys who bully when they're promoted because the guys who are assholes when they get promoted were the ones who never amounted to shit. They were either hide and go seek guys, they were admin, they never actually did any cop stuff. So they would look at everybody they actually wanted to be or the guys they idolized because they can never do the job at the level that they do. Well, now those guys just keep doing the job. Well, now this jackass gets promoted because he just played the game right, played his cards right. Well, now he's in charge of them. Well, now he's in charge, and he's going to become a dickhead because he's just jealous. He's insecure. He has all his self-confidence issues. So now he downloads that stuff because he never amounted to what these guys are. But now they're in a position where they can make their life difficult. They just choose to be an asshole. Yep.
Self-proclaimed heroes or domestic terrorists. Beautiful. Getting through these. Self-proclaimed heroes treat residents like dirt and cry like children when it happens to them. Unions protect the Farvas of the department. Where I live in Colorado, we had a clusterfuck of a misconduct and corruption. Google Berthold PD. That they dissolved the entire department back in 2014 and outsourced it.
Yeah, so they contracted probably sheriff's office or whatever.
I follow this attorney. I don't follow her. I saw her video and I messaged her. It was awesome. She's like a attorney in Carolina, and she does hit pieces. Dude, she had 5 people on the screen, and it was a department. Every one of them was having sex at some point with the other one, and they were all married outside of that. And it all came out, and she did this like who's who video. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I don't really message many people. And I reached out. I was like, hey, just so you know, that was fucking great. But it's like, you know, that departments everywhere have that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to what I was saying, it's just that's it. It's just they do whatever they want. There's no recourse for cops, and it, you know, they call us crybaby, you're this, you're that. Yeah. It's the most frustrating for guys who just do the job. And it's like we talked about many times, you're gonna make a mistake. You're gonna make small mistakes. You're gonna say the fuck word once or twice. You're gonna do something, and then they blow that out. But you got guys that are sit under a tree their whole life, and they don't have to ever worry about making that mistake because they don't do anything.
The problem is when like you can't. Everyone has their limit of where you're going to be, and it's hard. So it's hard to topple the regime. You know what I mean? Because like, especially if you're trying to get out of law, if your goal is just get out of law enforcement, yeah, maybe fine. But like, if you just want to get away from your department, you want to separate. A lot of guys want to separate cleanly because you have a fucking mortgage, you have stuff you got to do, and you can't go get a job because your department will trash you unless you go to an agency who just can see through the bullshit and and they'll pick you up. Trying to topple a corrupt sheriff's department, that is a task that most people don't want to undertake. Because one, the financial damage you'll do to yourself and career suicide you're going to have forever to try and do that. Most guys ain't going to want that, man.
I talked about that in the episode. If you see something absolutely blatantly wrong and you speak up at a sheriff's department or a police department, and you have a terrible administration, it could be damn near murder that you point out. Yeah, dude, if you say it about the wrong person, they're not the problem anymore. You're the problem because you talked about it. And that's something that Steve, I can align with on Steve about cops, self-proclaimed heroes, and align with Izzo about is the way sometimes they are owner protected. I think it's getting less and less. Obviously, social media and the ability to get out and tell stories and videos everywhere. It's harder to be corrupt. They're still going to always be corrupt, but it's a little harder. And this is a social media generation where people get online and say things. And that's why I'm sure they never suspected that I'd be sitting here talking about all their dirt, but here we are. But yes, I talked about it in today's episode, how I pointed out, because my wife, I know, and other females, I know how difficult it is for females in law enforcement because they get talked to a certain way and the wrong way, but they're conditioned to take it. And if they say something and it's like, hey man, watch out for that girl, she's she ain't cool, because you said something completely disgusting to her and she didn't like it. Yeah. Or even a guy, you said something terrible, you called him something he didn't appreciate, or we had a psychopath that worked here that was like bullying people, ripping their holsters, just a maniac. He did a lot of other terrible things. But even men, it's not just women. You get on that list of like, hey dude, if they're in the clique or they're close enough to the clique and they point you out as a bad guy, you're done. You're done. Mm-hmm. Nobody talks to you. Nobody's going to come around you. You're known as whatever. And it's easier seen on females, because I've seen it firsthand, where I was told that somebody that is now a friend of my wife and I, that was originally, we weren't, and it wasn't bad, but we just weren't. But I remember hearing stories about her XYZ, and then she was able to pull receipts and then go look, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. So you get man, there's a lot of being a chick in law enforcement is fuck, dude. And like there's especially just the first of all, the environment they work in, because cops are just fucking animals as it is, right? And it's like a lot of departments like just deal with frat guys all the time, just crude, nasty. And like some chicks are with it, and there's a balance between doing it. But on the flip side of that, man, like there's I don't know a lot, but there's been places where like male officers get like sexually harassed by like other gay officers, whatever. They're not going to say fucking shit about it.
No.
There was a department next to where I worked. There's a whole big scandal about it, right? Like one of the lieutenants was gay, but he was like but he controlled all the off-duty jobs, and so he was like sexually harassing all these male officers, but they needed to make money, so they were like dealing. No one would say anything about it. So like these and boohoo, right? Everyone like yeah fine. Oh, you're big strong guy, whatever, right?
Terrible,
but you're still getting fucked with. You don't have to get fucked with, but the whole thing is like, do you say it? And you're like, oh, what a pussy. He brought, so this job fucking blows.
And then it's like without evidence in this job, and a person is protected.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at I know females who have been groped, touched, have their, disgusting things said to them by people that are still there, and people that are in very high ranking positions at the sheriff's office currently that have said the most nasty things to females.
There was a female trooper I worked with years and years and years and years and years ago, and there never really are very female GSP troopers, but I worked with years and years, and I don't why she just had the honor to whatever she did, dude. She had the most damning fucking text messages, blatant, just unbelievable, from married, ultra high position, high ranking GSP fucking lieutenants and captains and all this fucking repugnant shit that these guys were saying to her or fucking doing to her. And she had all the power in the palm of her hand. She never did anything with it. But she could have knocked these dudes.
I know females who have the same stuff. I've seen it. And but imagine as men, like you said, as a man, if you knew, not even sexual or just anything, if you knew something and it made you uncomfortable and you're like, man, if I say this, it's going to cause a big scene at work. I just want to go do my job. And that's where, like, when Izzo says females shouldn't be cops, part of I don't think they shouldn't be cops, but part of it is, if I was going to say they shouldn't, men are mostly to blame, because men can't behave properly around women. And by having them there now, the easy answer is behave your fucking self and stop being a fucking sexual predator. That's the easy answer. But by nature, men are fucked up, and they're going to say dumb things. They're going to do dumb things. And then that female is put in a position where, is anybody going to believe me? If they do believe me, are they going to do anything? And if they don't do anything, I'm now that female. And that is something that I don't envy for females that have to put up with in this job. It's not fair to them to do that. Let me catch up on some comments. Liz says, I don't know how you don't cuss. I cuss a lot. I don't like it. They're professionally restrained. I don't know how you, I know, but good Lord, some situations deserve a good cussing. They all deserve a good cussing. If we did that more. I spoke out about some unethical policy violations when I was at the DOD, worst place to work. And somehow I am the one not in law enforcement anymore. Yeah, I know, dude. I've talked to so many people about that same problem. Profanity is just another form of positive reinforcement, a form of de-escalation. Profanity works very well. I spoke out about some policy violations. Oh, I already played that one. That word never hurt anybody. I agree. Just don't get how an officer can be assaulted by another officer in front of inmates and nothing be done. Yeah, that's not. Izzo is spot on 99% of the time. I agree. He's spot on a lot. But what I was going to say, damn it, I just lost it again. You were saying something, and then let me go back and look at this, because it made me remember what I wanted to say. I lost it again. Damn it. Damn it. You were talking about something. I wanted to point out something specific, and I can't remember. But yes, that's it's just an unfortunate spot. And I've found out recently, not many people care, man. When you try to submit complaints about high-ranking people, it's like they get a pass. You see it all the time with congressmen, senators, and you think, oh, those are the only guys. Dude, these local politicians, sheriffs, chiefs, they get away with fucking murder, dude.
But here's the thing: even if it's founded, they're like, it's founded. So anyway, what's for lunch? Nothing happens, nothing changes. Yeah.
Oh, here's one of the things I want to point out was during my. So when you get an IA, it's top secret. You're not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't talk about it.
You can't discuss it with anyone. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Dude, they had captains meetings, and I know this because Milo Thornton was demoted to captain at the time, and they were openly discussing. They didn't know what to do with our case because they knew there was nothing there, and they were trying to rally all the other captains and everybody to get on board with some massive discipline. At one point, they said they were going to arrest me, which, if you've seen my video, it's crazy. Then it was I was going to get fired, which is even crazier. They knew if they fired me, though, I could appeal it. They screwed me on the demotion because I was in my probation window as a sergeant, but they had open round table meetings. And then a deputy chief, I have the date on my phone, the message, came to my house, sat in my living room during the IA, and basically insinuated that we should go in and beg the Almighty for forgiveness. I'm like, you can fucking pound sand, buddy. I'm not begging for forgiveness for something I should never got in trouble for. All those are violations of Florida Statute 112. All of them. It's all illegal. It's all criminal to discuss it. They all did it. They did it. Every single administrator at the Indian River County Sheriff's Office violated Florida statute. Nobody cares. They violate the public records laws. Nobody cares. They stalk people. Nobody cares. So it's like you can just get away with it. And that's what I talked. The elevator doesn't go up. It crashes down on you. Go say fuck. Go 75 and a 70. Get caught on video. Do anything very minor, and it becomes a problem. And then what does the news do? This is my problem with the fucking media, because I have sent some stuff to the media recently that it's been over 3 weeks. It is criminal. They haven't reported it. They just don't. They don't care either. They don't care about high-ranking people. But that boy, do they run my fucking IA, man, all over the news. Fucking, there I was, and it's like because they were told to do so by their buddies, their command staff. So it's a fucking big crook show.
Yep.
Okay, new question. Sorry, if you didn't have a female cops, what about domestic violence situation? Would a female cop open up to a male officer? I always hear that argument. I'll let you address it first. That females can do things and this and that. What do you think about that?
No. I think it's all kind of the opposite sometimes. I mean, females can definitely, obviously, on a personal level, girl to girl. But if you generally if they sense that you care about them and you can talk to them in the right way, and if they feel they can trust you, doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, doesn't matter if you're my size or whatever, right? If you learn how to talk to people and they feel they can trust you, they'll talk to you.
Yeah, there's people now. It's just like purple-haired Democrats. There are fucked up people on earth that just knows the answer. There are females who will absolutely just go, I'm not talking to that guy. I want a female.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, if there was none, okay, then fucking go home if you don't want to report it. But I can tell you, in my career, I investigate. We arrested a doctor recently, locally. They arrested a doctor who I knew going back as far as 2012, 13 was illegally groping females. Many came forward. We could never get concrete evidence. We actually had a juvenile that he allegedly did it to, and we had her almost in where he got spooked on a controlled phone call. She was going to go to his house, 16-year-old. This guy's in his 50s. And something happened during the conversation. He was like, no, I'm a doctor. You're a professional. You have to come to, like, and he figured it out, or he got whatever the itch was. It didn't go far.
Smelled something.
So they finally just got him. But the reason I brought that up was I interviewed 3 or 4 females that had to tell me that they were assaulted by this doctor. And because of my demeanor and the way I made them feel comfortable, I was like, hey, there was no problem disclosing that. In some cases, though, there will be times when, hey, that's it. Maybe juveniles, but the only time we really dealt with juveniles, the interview that really mattered was that forensic interview down at we took them to a place in down in Martin County. Was a forensic interview where they were molested or whatever. We didn't talk question them at all. Like, we don't say anything.
We don't. We get the very basic, and then
you take them down. They do. It's called CPT here, Child Protection Team, and they do a forensic interview with a specialist. So in that case, that's fine. But in any other case, a good cop, male, should be able to handle everything. So
they have to feel like you care.
I'm getting depressed listening to y'all cry about being treated like residents. Do you have complaints, Steve? What advice would you give a victim of police brutality who can't get justice because of corruption? Man, without evidence, dude, you're gassed.
No,
just like
you're fucking boned, dude.
You got evidence of it? I would. If you have
no evidence, you're fucked.
If you have evidence of it, you contact the Department of Justice. You go right to the DOJ website, and they can get some fire lit under them. But that's about it. But yeah. So I got something. What do we got? I think when we talk a lot, it moves along fast. I got some videos. Let me go.
We haven't watched this fucking video yet.
We watched One Girl's Dancing. Here, I got this one.
Oh, yeah. The outfit of the day. Yeah.
Edgewater, Florida. Oh, it's loading. Program's probably going to crash. What's going on? There it is. Look at this setup. You'll notice she got a pink Lizzie. Pink what? Pink gun.
Hey, none.
Pink gun. Look at the holster on that side. Let's see what the term is. Pink gun.
Was that a grip, like an over grip or something?
Whatever it is there's no business having that. And my wife went on a tirade today, even about the colored handcuffs. She's like, handcuffs are to put fucking people in jail. You don't need pink ones. You don't need green ones. You don't need your name engraved in them. It all looks cool. If you want to, I'm not knocking it.
I never understood the pink. They'd be like, "Oh, you're gonna put pink handcuffs on because it's gonna make him emasculate." What the fuck? He's in the fucking handcuffs. He doesn't give a shit what fucking color they are. Yeah.
I never understood it. I bought asp handcuffs. I like the plastic.
I like it. I like asp.
I had asp. That's the only thing I bought. But you know, the females, mostly females, that glorify the job. Somebody was getting back and forth with her, another female cop, and called her names and all that. But my wife is very rugged. She's tough. She shoots. She gets dirty. She does jujitsu. And they were basically saying, "Oh, just because you're trying to be like one of the boys." She's like, "No, I'm trying not to be fucking killed. I'm a cop.
I'm trying to not get my ass whooped." Yeah.
And pink handcuffs don't do anything for me. And that I kind of like. And I guess I can say this. It's like the gear queer, the guy on your shift that just have to. Men do it too. It's usually not colored, but you look at their vest and they got fucking something came out yesterday, and it's
the fucking Gauls catalog.
Yeah, and it's like all over them. Like, oh my god, you see this new water holder, and they got a fucking jug on the fucking water on their side. Like that cup of milk dude I've been going at it with. He's got a fucking fag bag on the front of his vest that is huge. It's just like big bag. And yeah, he got canceled by his agency. That didn't work out. But I look at him and I'm like, dude, you're not doing this for the right reasons. He played, and then I got him. I always get mad in the DMs, and he made the dumbest DM. He said he was trying to justify that he's doing it for the right reasons. I found he was a 3-year cop making videos on giving rookies advice, which you don't give anybody advice at 3 years. And he said, quote, "I'll be back, no uniform, with sponsors." Oof, as if he ruined me. And I screenshotted that. I'm waiting for him to come back, and I'm going to post that one. You just solidified my entire argument that your only goal is to be online and be sponsored. Unfortunately, he works for Boulder, Colorado, which I found out is 80% white. I'm just saying, college town, 80% white. Asian and Hispanic are the next two ethnicities. And I said he'd never seen a ghetto gunship in his life, Nissan Altima. And but that was his mentality was, I'll be back with sponsors. I got you. And I'm like, yeah, no, you just proved my point. Yeah. Like, you're only online for clout.
Clowns in uniform.
What advice would you give a victim of? Oh, we covered that one. Was he adjusting? It wasn't a he, unfortunately. The video of the dude walking was a female. Is it Jameer? Is that gear on the vest or flashlight gear? Yeah, everything. You have to set your vest up, but guys overdo it all the time. Had engraved handcuffs.
I always said if you don't touch it in a year,
that's right. There's Jerry's valid point, because cops are fucking thieves. That's a good reason to engrave your hand. They'll steal them. Cops are the worst people on earth for stealing things.
Yeah.
There is no honor among thieves. You're right. Ton of evidence, but nobody can. Yeah. If you don't have it on video, dude, nobody's gonna buy it. Oh, hold on. All right, what do we got? Like 10 minutes left. Another video. We'll watch the long one. This one's good. There's a longer video, but you make your decision on this one. This guy, I don't know. Steve's not gonna like it, but I think this guy earned what he got. Some of it, maybe some of it's excessive. I don't know. It's 2 minutes. I don't know the backstory, what he plugged with. He's obviously not listening. We saw him what to do. He decides to go sit down here like a not blind. Not a bad decision on his part. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing with him. I feel like they could move in already and go hands
Yeah,
on.
that's like, why aren't you? What are we doing?
It gets worse. I feel like they could move in and go hands on. They obviously didn't see a weapon. Could he have one? Yeah, he said the juice. Seems a little nuts, and it gets worse.
Oh shit!
Why are you trying to shoot me? Why are you trying to help? Ow! Ow! Please stop! Ow! Ow! Oh no! Ow! Ow!
Fucking stupid. Right.
Yeah, I saw that one, and I was like, now you're gonna lose half the cops, half your. This is like a video. If I was in charge, I would show this video, and I would be able to weed out those 1 or 2 percenters.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have a bunch of people that immediately go, it's wrong, but you're gonna have some guys defend this. He was Tyler probably called those distractionary blows.
Yeah, distractionary shotgun rounds. Yeah.
And I'm cool with the first one. He knocked him down.
1,000%.
Absolutely
First
did his job.
First one, as soon as you drop him off the wall, now you're in, because it's going to take him 30 seconds to get his fucking shit together.
It took him longer than that. That video was edited.
Yeah.
That video was edited. He was on the ground like 5 minutes. That video was edited to speed up.
Stupid as fuck. The dog was a fucking waste.
The first dog failed.
No, he called him off. He called him off.
That was
he called him off. Yeah, he called him off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we tricked, but then why? Like I said, if the dog could go up, you didn't bite him. That guy shouldn't have been bit. I don't know what's going to happen. I forget where that is, but
San Diego. It said San Diego on the side of the car. Yeah.
I'm not observant. You still are. You're a cop. I'm not. So yeah, San Diego. So very liberal area too. It just seems to me like when we go so soft, and this is Izzo's argument, that when we go soft or easy, we have to use more force. They're going to claim they're so terrified at what he could have in a pair of boxers and shorts that obviously I don't see a weapon. Unless he's got a little Kel-Tec 380 or something small in his pocket. Could he? Sure. When you hit that dude that 40 millimeter round in the gut, I can only imagine how bad that's got to hurt.
Dude, you see the mark? It hit him bottom rib. That was a hell of whoever sent that round. Fucking kudos. That was the only thing that someone did fucking right. That was the only thing. But
that should be just like a taser when you know, and a lot of people that don't study taser and don't pay attention. The point of the taser is not to knock them down, wait till they're 5 seconds and all fucked up. The point of the taser is to knock them down and immediately cuff under power. And so when he's hurting, that's basically the equivalent of being tased. He is incapacitated. His brain is not going to let him do anything but cry and moan and hold his stomach. You move in and cuff him.
Yeah.
Okay, question, rookie thing. Is it predetermined amount of time? Is it related to a particular police incident you handled? You are now no longer a rookie.
Everybody knows 30-year rookies, bro.
Yeah, my wife calls them. They say they're 30-year cops. She says they're 31-year cops. Yeah, they're They're a 1-year cop 30 different times. So there are, and I know 2-year cops I'd rather go to war with than a 30.
I know guys that have been on the street for a year that just have it, and they just get better. Yep.
I don't know what the status of that.
The backstory for that was
some type of search warrant, or they had, I don't know, but I don't see anything. I don't know the crime. San Diego, you can look it up. I'm sorry, I don't do a good job. That's why Jordan's leaving. I do half my job. I just get the cool videos, and then I don't follow it. I don't know. I don't really get into knowing. I don't know. Here's LAPD. Here's a picture of LAPD. Look at that. Some say the shield's not big enough. Some say if you're behind her, you have double coverage. You have the shield and her. But that's the old 40 round there too. That blue shotgun or whatever. I think that's
the beanbag shotgun. Yeah.
So that's LAPD. I don't have anything else. Look at other videos. What do we got here? That was the big one.
Yeah, that was bullshit. Yeah.
You got this is New York. This is some type of, I don't know what this is. You can make it
living a double life. Like, these people in this job don't know me for real. I wonder what they think I act like outside of work. I am Hannah Montana.
If you notice, she doesn't have a gun. She is some sort of. I'll go back to the beginning. You can see her right side there. She has no gun. She has the biggest bag in history of police work, whatever that is, on her hip. She is not a police officer. She is not a lawful. She can't make arrests. She has no firearm. They send those people out in public in New York to walk around.
I was just reading a thing. Oh, I was listening to something again. Didn't fact check this, so fact check want to. But like, so San Diego is like a crisis because they're down like 200 fucking officers because no one wants to work there. Blah blah blah, and they have like an overtime crisis and yada yada yada. It's in turmoil. Well, their solution was to like hire like 300 civilian fucking assistants or whatever. But the civilian assistants can only answer 3% of the calls that the fucking department fucking goes to. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
We had Seattle. I saw a video the other day. They're called, God, did I post it on my story? I think I posted one on my story, and it was cops in Texas, but they were in it's like an agitator comforting unit. So they go to like the
holy fucking, please tell me that.
They're like, please stop, please. We're now agitator protection. They wear like different colored uniforms. And then I posted a video a while ago, like these social workers walking around that marked. Even our agency, it's until it happens. It's one of those things. It's like the vest. I have guys get after I posted, I post a lot of vest stuff, and I had a couple guys. I reached out the other day that was shot 3 times in the back, wearing a vest, and it's the only reason he's alive. Trying to get him on, but it's kind of like the vest where these South Florida agencies, I guess they've never, in the modern era of policing, when it was like whatever, they were easier to wear. They must not have anybody killed that a vest would have protected them, or they hide it because South Florida is garbage for wearing their vests. I know it's hot. It's hot as balls right here in Indian River County. You wear a vest. The chief of Doral Police Department the place is so cool and it looks great. And they have a mat room. They run around the building. They don't wear their fucking vests. And I comment all the time on him, Chief Lopez. And I'm like, bro, even making his commercials it just takes him to put the fucking thing on. So I know it's hot out. We're going to make sure our lives are saved. Yeah. I've watched it just doesn't make sense to me. It never, ever, ever will. And it doesn't fucking make sense. And like I said, in law enforcement, we can't even get everybody to wear a vest. The fucking thing that saves your life. And we can't get everybody to do that. How do you think we're gonna get everybody to not be corrupt or not be a piece of shit when we can't even get people to do? My wife said it's like going without your gun. You might as well leave your fucking gun at home one day. Like, hey, it's too heavy. Yeah. Probably not gonna get in a shooting today. The gun's extra heavy. I'm just gonna take my shoes suck. I don't like my boots. I'm gonna wear no shoes today and no gun, no vest. I'm just gonna walk around. And then we have, that's one version. But what I was getting at here locally is we have civilian traffic aides. They take crash reports, they block traffic, but they're driving marked units. And I just don't know. Until one of them gets smoked, I don't know. I don't agree with it. I just hire another fucking cop, man. Stop being a shitbag agency and fill the fucking place up.
Yeah, that was my thing. It's like, so if you want to instead of spending however many millions and millions and millions of dollars to hire these civilians, why don't you like hire more cops? Maybe because your agency sucks, no one wants to work there.
Yeah, if you're in a budget crisis and you can't budget and you don't have people hiring and you're not hiring people, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's you, man. Yeah.
No way. No way. They're gonna look in the mirror and go, maybe it's me. No, it's not the captains. It's not the deputy chiefs. It's the guys, man. It's the county commission's fault for not funding the budget and giving them 18% increase every year because he can't run the place. It's everybody else's fault. It's definitely not their fault. Because why? Because nobody will ever tell them it's their fault because they're too scared, because they're like, it's a dictatorship is what I call it this morning. Police leadership, unfortunately, even in good places. I mean, your chief runs the show, man. It's a dictatorship. Yeah. He chooses to be a good guy. It's a great dictatorship. But there's going to be something like he doesn't like tattoos. That's it. There's no tattoos. You're not going to get them. Great place to work. You're going to have to suck this up. But when the whole place is a fucking shit show and the guy's a dictator and nothing is going well, that's not really good math.
Yeah. Yep.
How you guys? Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I sure did. It was good. Little break. Why would taxpayers hire more people that have no duty to protect? I can't argue with them sometimes because that is true. This is water. I went. I got to do the math. I'm 9 days not cocaine, Coca-Cola. I'm 9 days. That'll be clipped. I'm 9 days Coca-Cola. 9 days Coca-Cola and energy drink free. I'm going on a cruise December 19th. I always trim down, and I realized that I am more energized. And this is for everybody that drinks. I don't sell any drinks, do I? No. Water with, I call it salt water. It's basically salt electrolyte water. After you kick those monsters and all that stuff in the middle of the night, this will energize you, waking up, downing what you know it. You're a fitness guy, drinking water. Your body wants it. But I bet you 7 or 9 days ago, whenever I started this, between that going back 6 months, I don't think I had a glass of water. I'm pretty confident that I would drink a Coke and a Monster and a Coke and a Monster. And I was not, and I slipped up. I went in the restaurant I was go the other night, and I sat down. I was like, yep, Coke Zero. Then I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be drinking like it. I had a habit. I ordered a Coke Zero, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. So I love my nice, diet. I love Coke Zero. I'm addicted, but yeah, I've not had any. Do we have anything else before we go? Video. I think that's it. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the farewell tour. Next week, we'll have to make sure you send cake, ice cream, cookies. It will be Jordan's last week. And then, so everybody knows, I am going to announce the new co-host next week. So make sure you tune in. You guys are going to enjoy this new co-host. And I'm going to be no hot topic for the 17th, 24th, and 31st. Those are pretty good reasons. I'll be on a cruise ship for the 19th. 24th is Christmas Eve. You don't want to see us. And 31st is New Year's Eve. I don't expect you guys to see us. So we're going to take a little hiatus. I'm going to take a hiatus for 3 weeks. January 7th will be the next hot topic with the new co-host. But next week is Jordan's last show. So make sure you guys get the violin and get all the sad music out. We're going to have our party hats on and do all that cool stuff. But anything else, Jordan?
Nope.
All right. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Tune in next week for the final episode of the Not Fucking Around crew. And
See the patch of my arm right here? What's that say? It says the Not Fucking Around crew. That's what that says.